Okay, finally time for another update. I'm going to turn the camera around. I actually cleaned up a little bit. That's some progress. There's still some stuff out here, but I'm still working on things. Even got the voice of the theaters up and playing. Bought some more hardware. I'm going to build another set of the A7s like these. That's what the bigger black horns are for. And the smaller ones are going to be for the Model 19 studio monitor. So anyway, enough of that. So I ended up with my little bit of wood grain anyway. That was the rails that were there originally, and I had them down all this time. I had to work on them. But, to do the painting and get things in and out of the theater without them being in the way. But you'll notice that I now have the grill cloths on the sides of the side speakers, which I think turned out pretty nice. Also got it up here on the rear speakers. So that kind of makes it look a lot better because you don't see wires and stuff and insulation, and the backs of the drivers in there. So I've also got the lights turned on with the RGB controllers, so I can control the lights. You can probably see that. I guess you can see it okay. But now the main light for the theater is still a problem. I put in a Lutron controller, but I have to control it with this little Pico remote for the moment. There we go. Oh yeah, when it gets really bright, when it's turn the lights back on and just dim them. Okay, now you can kind of see the lights behind all of that. And bring the lights back up. Up here, this is what's going to hold the black curtains that are going to drop down in front of the woofers here, and then as you can see curve around by the screen. The curtain, that's just kind of sitting up there right now, not in exact position, but the curtain will be behind this front piece here, and I made that open because that's part of the opening of the woofer right there. I didn't want to block the woofers. So, but the curtains will be nice black curtains made out of football jersey material with nice pleats. A friend of mine's mother is big into sewing, so she's going to make them for me. So they will curve around, follow this right to the side of the screen there. And that will actually be mounted to the top of the woofers, but I'm also going to mount to the wall. Otherwise, I don't want it to be, vibrating or whatever. So this black velvet down here is kind of wrinkledy. It's just kind of temporarily tacked up there. I may not use that. I may just stay with the same black material that I'm going to use on the other curtains and have her make one that just goes across, make something extending out off the front of the screen there a little bit, and just have a nice pleated black curtain running across underneath the screen too. I think that'll look better, but this was an experiment, and it would probably look good if I smoothed it out, but I think the pleated curtains will look better. This is just all pulled out because I've been working on some of this stuff. Oh, by the way, don't have the Base X amplifiers anymore. Oops, I just dimmed the lights by accident. And so I replaced the Base X amplifiers with the what are these, XPA, XPA amplifiers they call them. So I've got two XPAs here and two XPAs over there, and then of course one in the center. I also added one more mini DSP Flex balanced. So right now I've got the one LFE output from the Marantz AV10 driving the input of this, and then one output is driving these 18-inch drivers in the front, and the second output is driving the four 18-inch drivers in the back. So all 12 18-inch drivers are playing now. I think I'm not going to continue using the LFE, or I might. I've got to do some experimenting. It's a little confusing on exactly what Marantz is doing. I think it may be better to just stay with left and right and just leave all the LFE stuff off. But anyway, I think it's going to look good once we get these black curtains in and that nice curve like that. The other one's out in the garage. I've still got to, actually what I want to do first is get the positioning and drill the holes for mounting on both of those, and then take them downstairs and paint them black. And then I think I'll probably use some of this same dark black velvet stuff and just cover them with that too. So that'll make them look even nicer, I think. So, but anyway, in the control room, let's go look at that. The control room is a complete mess right now, but that's because I'm working on all this stuff. I built this thing. This is using the Shelly RGB W controllers to control the RGB lights. So I just kind of built them all into this little box and put connectors on there that go over here and connect to that panel. So there's still some more work to do on that. I'm going to probably put some lights on the bottoms of the side speakers, pointed out on the floor to make it easier to navigate in a dark room. And by the way, if anybody knows why the NOS is sitting there chattering all the time, let me know. Maybe I've got a setting wrong. Maybe it's indexing something, or who knows what it's doing. So anyway, if anybody knows why that just runs all the time, and if there's a setting I can change to make it stop doing that, let me know. Let's move on now. Why? Why in the world do people like this piece of crap so much? This thing is useless. You know, you get the little touchscreen there, and you constantly accidentally select things and put it in some weird mode when you're just trying to scroll it. So I don't understand why people like those things so much. This, on the other hand, actually works really well. You don't have that touchscreen problem. You get that little roller ball thing there, and it actually works really well. So I think it's a lot better than the old Harmony. At least I like it a lot better. I don't like the Harmony at all, really. But this thing does work well. The only thing is it's not compatible with the Lutron lights, and it's not compatible with, I guess, a lot of other things. But they say they're going to be adding Lutron soon, so that will be good. Maybe I'll be able to control the main lights with that. I also requested that they add Shelly, because you know, the Shelly controllers are controlling the floor lights and the ones behind the acoustic panels. But yeah, if you're looking for a remote, I recommend this Sofa Baton. This is the newer one, the S or whatever. I never tried the older ones, but I think it's a lot better than the Harmony.